Make my funk the P-Funk. I wants to get funked up. What's it doing? Is it not doing what it's supposed to be doing? See, this thing is crazy. It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Is it doing what it's supposed to be doing? I can't tell, but anyway. Make my funk the P-Funk, people. My name is Jeffery Scott Mission. Coming to you live on memory from the ultimate remote location. It was in this city where I first heard Mothership Connection. Changed my life. That sound changed my life. The sound and that keyboard, electronic-y sounding, non-natural keyboard, and the rhythm it had. Dun, 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 dun. I had never heard nothing like that. It was futuristic. It was different. It was modern. But it had groove and it was on the one. I was like, what the hell is that? Took that back home, studied it, even typed out all the words on a paper type or it was electric, of course. Electric paper typewriter where if you made a mistake, you had to manually correct that thing. Studied the discipline and the doctrine of it. Years go by, I become P-Funk, the P-Funk guy. All through high school and DeVry. P-Funk becomes popular with the OGs and the cool people. When Flashlight and D Deeps come out, everybody remember I was the one though. I was first. But they say, oh no, I was listening to Funkadelic. And there's a lot of people who listen to Funkadelic way before Mothership Connection. In fact, there's a lot of people who listen to Funkadelic before Mothership Connection and don't even like Mothership Connection. A lot of people in the band. A lot of people in the band who have went on record as saying that that new funk, Mothership Connection, funk ain't funk. We ain't gonna go down that road today. The road we gonna go down today this is P-Funk Travel Day Eve. I'm walking to get the rental car. Then I gotta get today, so I can leave at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Get to the airport at 9. Flight to Chicago is at 11. I should get to Chicago by 11:30. Hotel I can't check in until 3 o'clock as they say, whatever. But you petition for an early check-in and see what they can do. I'll probably just take my book bag. No need for maybe a toothbrush. My people on one jersey. Make sure I dress appropriately. Do that show. Get a hotel room. And since the day after, Wednesday, is an office day, I got to take that day off anyway. So I got it kind of set up to where I can sleep in a little bit. In Chicago, my flight ain't till 2 o'clock. Think I'm gonna take an Uber back and forth. Not gonna rent a car. Take it Uber back and forth from the airport to the hotel. And then I can walk from the hotel to the House of Blues. We got dinner reservations at the House of Blues. Hopefully, usually when you get dinner reservations, you get to get into the venue early. So we'll see how that goes. I might call him and ask him. How's that work? Because I don't think I got to pay for early entry. Because I get this early anyway. A lot of people who get there early, they get there to get tables and seats. I get there to get up to the front row. Stand there for an hour and a half before the show, holding my spot. And I love the House of Blues. Probably the reason that I said, fuck it, I gotta go to Chicago. Because the airfare, I want to show you the Boardman bowling lanes, missing all the good Boardman stuff. The airfare to Cleveland to Chicago for an hour-and-a-half flight was $362. Round trip. I'm like, that's crazy. I don't pay that much to fly back to California. Now, granted, it might have been, I was saying this before, it might have been within a 2 minute. I mean, it might have been within a 2 week limit or whatever, but still, damn. So I decided because number one, it was general admission. No, I guess number one, because there's only 3 shows booked so far. This could be it. This could be the final farewell, final farewell final. I'm just saying. It could be, and I don't want to miss out. That's why I was even looking into Detroit. And if I had to go, what, Comanche or whatever, go nuclear, I can make the Detroit show. I'll call off work, rent a car, and make it happen. Drive up there, drive back. Money don't matter. You know, I haven't done it yet, and since it's, you know, I would drive, there's no, you know, I gotta get my ticket by then. You're like, it's not like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and buy a ticket to fly to Detroit, because the tickets was already like $800, and that was a week ago. I'm like, what the hell? From Cleveland. So even weeks back, I saw that driving was the option. She gonna run me over. Good. I saw that driving was the better option. It's only like less than 4-hour drive. So I can do that, you know. I can do that, damn near be back. I can do that. Be back at work. After leave Detroit at 10:30, 11, drive for 4 hours. If I leave at 11, I gotta get me back at 4. I mean at 3. You know what I'm saying? If I leave at 10:30 or whatever, you know, I usually don't like to put that much. I don't like to leave, you know, not make plans that tight. But I can do it. And hell, worst case scenario, I'll take that day off too. And then, I gotta get a car for Saturday. Saturday. I don't think I got a car for Saturday yet. I need a car there's the San Francisco headquarters for the here in Youngstown. Don't run me over. I see. There with J. DeBartolo. I don't know what this is, but it's grand, ain't it? I think it's some kind of. I think it's a MRI place. Is it? I think it's an MRI place where you get medical pictures and x-rays and special stuff. Cause it's grand, ain't it? Kind of big. Yep, digital mammography. Yeah, that's what it is. See? That's what it is. So, yeah, I gotta get a car for Saturday. I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna talk to the girls when I get up here. If they still there, if the girls that hurts are still here. I talk to them and say, hey, I'm in the car Saturday. What can you do for me? That means I made it sick because my daughter work Saturday night. So I can't use her car. She ain't gonna take an Uber to work. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure that out. Saturday, pick up a car, and then I can't take it back till Monday. And see what I mean? That means I have it Sunday and don't need it. I still don't have a return flight back yet. I might stay a little longer, I guess. I don't know. The way I feel now, I feel good, but because I ain't been through it yet. I still feel good because I haven't been through it yet. I haven't really put in any work, but I was wore out, you know, after I got off that plane in Granddaughter, and then it was all on top of me. Woo! I didn't have my ass, but anyway, I meant to talk about P-Funk, and now I'm already here. I'm already made it to Hertz. Damn, that was quick. I wanted to talk about P-Funk and seeing the band. I want to talk about Garrett Scheider's show that he did after NAMM with some people he put together. Here's the thing, let me say this about the Garrett Scheider thing. I talked to him before the show. You know, he was telling me some things, you know, the loose logistics of kind of what's going on with him. And he was saying how he had to put this band together. And of course, he'd be like, no rehearsal. I'm like, you know, and I think he had heard a previous comment where I said, well, you know, rehearsal ain't an excuse no more. So, but he was telling me, you know, how that all worked out and all this. And the band he had there to play this music, he was playing some P-Funk music, was from Philadelphia. You know, he's out here for NAMM and Anaheim and all that. And he in San Francisco, you know, so you got to work all that out. And he was telling me, you know, about how, you know, he got to get him to play the music. And the way I took it was, you know, he got to get him to play the music the way we used to hearing it, you know. Because, you know, he coming out as P-Funk, all the P-Funk cast and P-Funk people like me gonna listen to it and say, what the hell is that? And the one thing I can say about all that, the one thing, they go Hertz. The one thing I can say that I wanted to say about the whole Garrett Scheider thing, and then I gotta, you know, go here and do this car thing, was that I'm not sure what the music is supposed to sound like. I don't know what right is, but I know what wrong is. I know when it ain't played right, it's something triggers in me. I can hear if it's something that ain't right, I know it. You know, it's nothing like, it's not negotiable. You know, I'm triggered or I'm moved or I snap, not snap, but you know, I'll snap to whatever was off key or out of place or whatever. And listening to what they did that night, especially the bass and the drum. The guitar was on, but the bass and drum was really good. Listen to the bass and the way they played the bass and the drum played together. Do 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 do. You know how that funkadelic was played did not trigger me, and trigger is not the word. I didn't hear anything that was like completely weird or off about it. You know, and I'm sitting there listening. I'm listening to it too. Like I said, like I told Mr. Curry, if Mr. Curry was to play a bad note, I would know it. But I may or may not know if he's playing it right. You know what I mean? It's hard to say if they're playing it right or right, but I know when it's not right. My whole body knows. And for whatever reason, listening to it, you know, listening to what Garrett Scheider did and his, you know, the band he's putting together and the things he's trying to do, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. Of course, there was some places where you can see he needed to practice, you know, because I guess they did all fade outs, and I learned that today. Instead of the songs ending like at a hard ending, like ta-ding-ding, like that, it was all like kind of slow fade out. And the slow fade outs was working for me because you could hear all the instruments played nice and soft. You could hear the beat. You could hear that funkadelic feel to it, you know, like, you know, so that was working for me. It was a good night. It was a good night. And then they improv one and just kind of went off on it, and it was good. It was good. I can say that about that. And what I want to do is probably make a video of the video that I shot and listen to it again. You know, do it like a commentary with me, still listen to it. So I just want to say that. Then tonight we go see P-Funk. First time, I guess, they ain't played in. I got to check and see when the last time they played. And, you know, they got a three-date tour this time, and I'm thinking about Detroit. And you know, because you never know, this could be it. Anyhow, let me go in here and do what I got to do in this place. Go see my people. Here it hurts. Pick up a car. And I should just keep the car. What you gonna do? Let me keep the car for a whole week. Let me keep the car for a whole week. Ain't nobody in there? I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody in here. Where they at? Anyhow. Okay, where was I? All right, I left the rental car place. Same girls was working in there. You know, we chopped it up a bit, talked some stuff. One of them even said they saw me walking, doing my walk, doing a podcast yesterday. And I didn't even walk past the hearse. You must have saw me, you know, on Market Street at a different area. It wasn't down there by the hearse. So I'm doing what I'm doing, I guess. It's recorded. But anyway, where'd I leave off? So I got the car and we talked about, you know, what if I want to keep it until blah, blah, blah. If I wanted to go to Detroit. Talked about the option of taking it to Cleveland, dropping it off in Cleveland, picking up another one and coming back and going through all that. And I was like, I ain't for all that. I just want to pick the, you know, drive, and then I got to pay for parking. So it would cost me like $81 if I was to drop the car off, to pick up another one and bring it back. And I'd have to pay for parking. And I wouldn't have to pay for parking, so it would save me a little bit of money. So I'm gonna do the logistics on that. Is it worth it? And then turn around, I'm gonna need the car Saturday. And if I end up doing Detroit, yeah, see what I mean? So, you know, it's the fun part. I mean, let's just face it, it's fun. You know, I'll get back, I look and see how much PTO I got, which I already know, but I really want to see how much PTO I have after I go through all of what I got to go through. And I even consider staying back here a few days longer if I do all this traveling. You know, I considered it. You know, I talked to my daughter about that. We'll go from there. And because what happened, it'll be tomorrow. I wake up tomorrow, go to Cleveland, fly to Chicago, do that show that night, fly back, and drop the car off. And then I probably would have to come, and that's if I get back in time. If I get back before 6, before they close. If I don't, and she was like, you might as well keep it another day. You're paying for it, so why even rush back to get back at 6? You're paying for it, just bring it back the next day at the same time. So, you know, there's options, but basically it's coming down to $41 a day, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I mean, $41 a day, come on, people. You're killing me. I don't know, let me do this. Pop that out, and is it doing anything? I'm gonna pop this in and see if you're getting me. Now it looks like it's still on the microphone. This thing, I tell you, I'm gonna have to reinstall the app. It's being quirky. I'm gonna have to reinstall the app. It's just being quirky. So that's how we do the P-Funk logistics. And I dropped the car off, and I was able to get back home in time to get out and get some more steps, because, you know, I only walk one way. I walk one way, like 6,700 steps. I didn't walk back. I'm used to getting like 10,000. So I turned around, I dropped the car off and just, you know, get back out here, do another 33 minutes to get me to 10,000 before work. You know, just trying to keep the regiment. You know, just trying to keep the regiment. You know, we all know what's going to be going on. Like Gary Shatter. The realization that I'm sticking with, that I'm going with, is that I may not know when P-Funk is played right, but I know when it ain't. I know when there's a note out of place or something don't sound right or this or that. Maybe even to the point that where I'm judging it to where that don't sound like Lodge. That bass don't sound like the way Lodge play it. You know, almost, I'm thinking it could be that because I done heard the band play it so many times. And I done seen it, you know, over 200 times I done seen this band live. So I know what it's supposed to sound like. And for years and years and years, I've been concentrating on this music. So at least in my mind, I know what I think it should sound like. That's the least I could say. Now, having seen George Clinton probably over 200 times, I can almost venture to say that I'm a subject matter expert, a SME for the live show. So I know when it don't sound right. And there's been instances when it didn't sound right and it hit me. That's what I know. That's kind of what I kind of started to base my critiques on now. If it don't sound wrong, it's okay. You know, I'm gonna trust my instinct to where if it don't sound the way I think it should sound or the way I'm been trained or a certain ear, I have trusted my ear the way I think it should sound. That's all it is, completely subjective, of course, based with the fact that I've seen George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic over 200 times. Let's just throw that in there as a just in case. So when I heard Garrett Scheider and them playing it, and they played I'll Stay, they played, you know, some of the Funkadelic classic, whatever. You know, and I hear it, you know, I'm hearing the bass the way I'm used to hearing it, the feel, how it's supposed to hit. Oh wow, I gotta turn around already. I gotta turn around, get back home at about, should get me to my 10,000 steps. But anyway, so, and that's what I was judging on. So I'm listening to, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm P-Funk 1, goddammit. And as Mr. Clinton said in his acceptance speech for the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and to all the fans, like P-Funk 1. So I got a little something behind me, damn it. You know, so I sit there, listen to it, and people look to me for my critique. So I can't go soft now. I can't go soft now. I remember years back, way back, I had to go hard on Ron Cat. Ron Cat's music wasn't sounding right to me. And that's all it was, just to me, subjective. And this was before I really understood, or we really understood, or the internet, social media understood that it's just opinion. It's just one person's opinion. It's not saying anything good or bad. It's not saying anything negative about the person. It's just my opinion. And people had to start to understand that. That was back before then, so I was kind of hard on rock ass music. And then, I don't know what happened. It probably, you know, definitely, I don't think it was due to me or anything, but shoot. Mr. Spearman playing something, he on the next level now. What he be doing at the Boom Boom Room and the stuff he do with P-Funk, I'm like, oh my God, what happened? It's like really, really, really innovative and hard and driving, and it just, and one of his shows at the Boom Boom Room is one of the things that I wouldn't call it a bucket list, but it's definitely one of the things I want to do. Especially now Mr. Scheider is supposed to be residing in San Francisco, and I saw Benzel was out there, some other people was out there, so they was putting it down. You know, they just put down that P-Funk up there, and the Boom Boom Room go to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And when Rock used to do it, he used to do it with no breaks. It would go like 3, 4 hours to 4 o'clock in the morning with no breaks, just slamming on it. I mean, no breaks and no breaks. No breaks with no breaks. No BRAKESs and no BREAKSs. They would just go for it. And not every setting can do that. So I gotta be honest. I gotta be truthful, because people, you know, they listen to what I say. I mean, they want to hear my opinion. And they understand it's my opinion. And so and I'm sure I'll get called out if I go soft or I say something off the wall. And I hope I do get called out if I happen to stray away from being the integrity of my critique. So I'm sitting there listening to Garrett Scheider. You know, he's telling me about how he put the band together, and, you know, no rehearsals and this and that, how he trained them up. blah, 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 blah. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, so? In my mind, I mean, it's supposed to be, you're a professional. That's your job. You're supposed to get that worked out. That ain't, I'm a ticket buyer. I paid $30 to get here to see this. You are obligated, you owe me. I mean, that's the contract. That's the contract between a concert goer and the performer. You're supposed to have all that worked out. Now, granted, I said, before, no rehearsal, it's no big deal to me, but it is also not an excuse anymore. You still got to bring something. It ain't got to be no choreographed show like Morris Day in the Time where everybody in a certain place at the same time and every note and every this and all that. Choreograph change all that. No, just bring me a decent show and I'm good. So, but to hear the core, I guess the basics of how the music is supposed to be played. I'm not so much about the show and choreography of the show and how the show flows and, changes, song changes and this and that. It's just how the music is played. Does it hit me? They played Outstay, it was good. I can't remember all the Funkadelic stuff, it was all Funkadelic too. He just come out and said it too. He said, all right. In fact, he was like, all right, he said, they're gonna play all Funkadelic because it's a band he put together and he ain't much time to train them up, and practice it. So he was like, all right, we're gonna play this song. He said, y'all can dance to it if y'all want to. I was like, dance to Funkadelic? I was like, dance to Funkadelic? He said, all right. He was like, all right, he kind of excited. This was a dance tune. He was a dance tune. And he was like, okay. And the song he played was, I once had a life, or rather, life had me. I was like, that ain't no damn dance song. But, as far as Mr. Gary Shida goes, I told him to. I said, it's hard for me to be critical on you, because he's the future. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I've been saying it for years. I see him as the future of this whole thing. And I told him, we talked about the review or whatever podcast I made about the Funketeers Ball and how, there was some missteps or whatever you call it, stuff that needed to be worked out. But the most important thing was that he was out front of that band. That means more than anything. That probably means more than anything they could have did that night. And they did, and I'm not saying that what they did that night was bad. I'm not saying that it was this or that. I'm just saying this just wasn't as polished as, it could have been or should have been. And definitely not as polished as it will be if they keep it going. And in my mind, they need to keep that going because I think that's the future. I look at that as the future of Parliament Funkadelic. As I see as it stands now. Of course, all can change. Anything can change. Things could, switch up. Maybe 3GP all of a sudden get the funk. We start bringing it classic, old school P-Funk style that I like. And also I gotta understand that maybe going that classic old school P-Funk channel, old school P-Funk style may alienate a lot of the audience. People buying tickets, maybe they want the 3GP style. Maybe they want, that kind of rappy, trappy music or whatever. I don't know about trap, but that rappy kind of music. That's all done behind the curtain. It's all done behind the curtain that I pay my price to not have to see behind. That I even told Mr. Shida, I was like, I feel like I wish I could do more. I wish there was more I could do. Because I feel guilty just coming up here spending money on a ticket. And, what y'all got to go through to give me what I desire so much. And the reward I get from it. Oh my God, the reward is tremendous that I get. I hope it's worth y'all while. I hope y'all enjoy it. And I hope y'all keep doing it, because y'all got to keep doing it. I told him, I can't go nowhere else. I ain't going to see Earth, Wind & Fire. I ain't going to see Kendrick Lamar. I ain't trying to go see nobody else. I done came to that conclusion. I don't even try to do it no more. I might want to go see Kurt Franklin. You know, I think that's the only one on my list right now that I would probably say, ooh, he here, I gotta go. I wanna go see him. You know, other than that, I'm cool just seeing B-Funk. And nobody else. So that has to, for me, that has to continue, because I can't get that live performance. There's nothing like that live performance. The way it's done, the crowd, the people, the stage, the sound, the drums, the bass, at that level, that magnitude. I can't get that everywhere. So, and I told Mr. Shadid, I said, I appreciate what you do, and I know it's tough, and he's, telling me about some of the challenges involved and this and that. And I'm like, I mean, it's nothing I wasn't aware of, but maybe something I was trying not to see. By buying my ticket, just by spending money on a ticket and staying, on my side of the stage. And so I feel kind of guilty. I feel like I should give more. Maybe one day an opportunity will arise up to where I'll just be not forced into doing it, but say, hey, this is something I want to do. This is something I want to do for the funk. On a bigger scale, a larger scale, or this or that. But who knows? Maybe just me being me is enough. Maybe just me being P-Funk 1, Jeffery Mitchell, and just doing what I do, talking the shit I talk, going to places I do, funking to his ball, this, that, just being that presence. Maybe that's my thing. Who knows? But it was good. So, I'm gonna try this thing. You can tell it was last minute, no rehearsal, blah, blah, no excuse, but, it was good. But like I said, when they start playing the music, you get that feel and the essence of Funkadelic, and I got it. Especially through the bass and drums. Guitar player was on. Guitar player was there. Definitely there, but not like the bass and drums was. And the drummer was a young cat, right? Now, here's the story I'm telling. The drummer was Gary Shaw's drummer was a young cat. I think he was a white dude too, I'm not sure, can't tell. You can't tell these days. And he was playing it, and he was hitting the Funkadelic pocket, he was hitting that Funkadelic spot, but he was doing some extra stuff. I guess what I'm gonna say is he was like adding some hip hop elements in it, but very subtly and in very interesting places, because you was getting that, you was getting that feel, that pocket of Funkadelic, but every now and then he'd miss a spot, I think intentionally, he'd leave something out and he'd come back and hit it somewhere else or do something like that. And it was very interesting. It was very, very interesting, because like I said, you still got that P-Funk feel. You still got that bottom or whatever, that pocket or whatever, but it was a little something extra, and that little something extra was very interesting. And the bass player was right in there, and that part was locked. And the guitar player had the right sound. Sound is important. I can tell Bobby Easton. When I think about Bobby Easton, his sound, it sounds like Funkadelic. It's one thing about being able to play the notes, but you got to make it sound like it. And his tone or whatever is just like nothing. He starts playing that shit, and I'm like, oh my God, it sounds just like it. Him and Barry Chenault and Ole Nero, and Tate Sims, and Charlie Lake, and the LA Magus, playing it. Chris on the keyboard, Larry Jazz was on the keyboard. I don't want to leave nobody out. Of course, Kids Were from vocals. I mean, there's a way that I like. There's a way I like for it to be played. There's a way I expect for it to be played, and I'm snobbish about it. It's either it is or it ain't. You're playing it right or you're playing it wrong, and that just comes from my perspective, my subjective opinion. That's all that is. That's all it is. At the end of my nose, it means nothing. Right or wrong means, when I say something's right or wrong, it means nothing. As soon as it gets past the end of my nose, it's all internal. It's just my opinion. And they put it down I'm talking about, well, I just got distracted. You said I just started talking. I got distracted by somebody. I waved at the guy. But the people who put it down. And I know when it's right. I know when I like it, I should say. And I know when it's right. Anybody knows my subjective experience, when it's right for me. And, you know, based on my experience with seeing George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic, you know, you give me the credibility you want to or not. You know, hey. But simple as that. Doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is me and how I feel. Let's just be honest. Come on. But and I think everybody should be that way. And so that was good. That was good. Was there something else I was supposed to talk about? Oh yeah, like P-Funk. You know, these next 3 days. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some more shows. You know, how many, when, and where? Will there be a summer show? Are the summer shows usually out now? You know, if they gonna be playing in New Orleans in May, shouldn't somebody be saying something? Or shouldn't we start hearing rumors? Not rumors, but actual, you know, people posting. Venues sometimes post stuff early. You know, just to let, you know, to see what's up. And I Google every day, George Clinton tour. The only thing that come back is 3. The 3 that I know of right now. Nothing else coming back. And it seems like if they're gonna have something during the summer, you might want to start letting people know, and ain't nothing coming up. So I might be trying to talk myself into taking the next couple of days off. Tell my boss today, I'm gonna work today, but I need to be off. I need to go to Detroit. God damn it. And hopefully get me a decent seat. That's another thing about Detroit. All the front row seats are taken. I think there's a second row that I can get. And as you know, if I'm that close, I can usually make it work. I end up usually getting to where I want to be. And the reason I wanted to go to Chicago Blues, number one, I love the House of Blues. Especially the Chicago House of Blues, I was thinking, you know, I want to go to Chicago House of Blues, I want to eat dinner, blah, blah. But I also want to try some Chicago deep dish pizza. So I don't want to go to Chicago, go to Chicago House of Blues and eat the Chicago House of Blues food, because I've had it before and blah, blah, blah. I want to have some Chicago food. So, you know, I was thinking about that. And other than that, let me see, I'm getting close to the end here. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so we get to Chicago and we'll see, you know, I got to figure it out. Do I want to? I need to. I mean, this is funk. This could be it. There is no tomorrow. There might not be no tomorrow. You never know. You just got to be prepared. You just got to, you know, you want to be able to say you got all you got. You know, you got all you could get. You know, when it's over like this. So that's where I'm at now. So we'll figure it out. Come today or tomorrow when I and talk to my boss today. I guess I'm doing our meeting and see what's going on. Anyhow, so we're going on y'all 2 times. For me and for the funk. And for George Clinton, the Parliament Funkadelic. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all. One. My name is Jeff.